I'll share the recommendation of probation. We would ask you to follow the recommendation.
And Teresa Calera, on behalf of Grateful Probation, Your Honor, Ms. Morgan is before the court for a review hearing. Ms. Morgan is compliant with everything accepting the payments to the court. She owes a balance of $1,785. To date, she's made no payment. As the court remembers, Ms. Morgan has had a couple surgeries on her elbow. She, at the last hearing, was filing for disability. It's my understanding that I believe she's denied for that first time around, and she's working on possibly getting that refiled. Ms. Morgan has been going to school. I'll let her elaborate on that a little bit more. As far as the monies, probation is asking that the court set up a payment plan for Ms. Morgan of $69 per month, beginning April 1st, 2026, and then $69 per month thereafter, that she continue all other terms as previously ordered, with the next review hearing being set June 1st, 2026 at 1 p.m.
No objection.
Ms. Morgan?
Yes, can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I would like to say that I have a really big accomplishment coming up next month. I will be graduating with my college degree in medical assisting, and it's been a really big commitment of mine because in order for me to even get here, I had to go back to high school again, and I received my high school diploma first, and that took me 2 years. And then throughout school, I had my daughter early, and she was in the NICU for about 2 months, and I got into my car accident, and I still kept going. So I'm very proud of myself, and I think that should inspire other people to not give up, even when things are hard, because you never know where you could be, as long as you just keep on going.
And Your Honor, you remember Ms. Morgan spent some time in jail initially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so she's invited me to attend her graduation.
In April?
Yes,
That is fantastic.
next month.
All right. You're proud of yourself, but I want you to know I'm also proud of you.
Thank you.
Because this could have gone a whole different way.
Yeah, it
but
was
you
not
didn't.
easy to get here.
What'd you say?
It was not easy to get here. It took a lot of hard work and, even some wrong turns.
But you got there,
Yeah,
right?
I got there.
That is fantastic. So you went through all of that, and at some point you weren't working. You've had your surgery, right?
Yes. And I still kept going to school.
God bless you, Miss Morgan. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
Tell you what, you still haven't gotten us paid, huh?
I will as soon as I can. I promise you that.
When you first came into court, you hadn't graduated high school yet, right?
Like when I first got, yeah, not in this court. Unfortunately, I've had my fair share of trouble. I hate to say that, but nobody
know.
learns if they don't make any mistakes. So
All right.
I know not to make them anymore. I know that. I enjoy my freedom.
You can always make mistakes, just don't make the big kind that get you thrown in, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Miss Morgan?
Yes.
And I don't know if Miss Blair will make it, but here's what I'm going to do. Sort of a graduation present, but it's also just because you're got to where you got to, right?
Yeah.
And anybody that knows education's big with me, so good things are now going to happen for you. It's easier being on that side than the side that you were on.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is you're to pay $69 by April 1st, 2026, then $69 a month thereafter. I'll continue all other terms as previously ordered. I'll set a review hearing for June 1st, 2026 at 1 p.m. Ms. Morgan,
Yes.
a graduation present to you, and I'm so proud of you. I'm going to waive $785 of your fines and costs.
Oh my
All right.
God. Thank you so much.
Thank you for working hard, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
God
You take
bless
care.
you. You too.
And
Thank you.
you take care.
Thank you.
What we just witnessed is a perfect example of how the justice system can balance accountability with humanity, and that balance is not always easy to achieve. Let's break this down. Caitlin Morgan walked into this courtroom still owing $1,785 with 0 payments made. Now, in many cases, that alone could trigger stricter enforcement, warnings, penalties, or even jail time depending on the circumstances. But here's where context becomes everything. The court acknowledged several critical factors: her medical struggles, including multiple surgeries, her failed disability claim, and most importantly, her consistent effort to improve her life through education. And that's where this case shifts from routine to remarkable. Despite every setback, raising a child who spent time in the NICU, recovering from a car accident, going back to finish high school, and then continuing into a medical assisting program, she didn't stop. That level of persistence matters in court. Judges aren't just evaluating numbers on a balance sheet, they're evaluating behavior, growth, and intent. Now here's the key legal insight. Courts often use payment plans like the $69 per month ordered here to ensure compliance without creating impossible financial pressure. It's a structured way to hold someone accountable while still giving them a realistic path forward. But what's unusual, and frankly powerful, is the judge's decision to waive $785 of her fines. That's not automatic, that's discretionary. And it sends a message. The judge explicitly tied that decision to her educational achievement and personal growth. In other words, this wasn't just leniency, it was earned consideration. The court recognized that she had moved from a position of instability to one of progress and potential. But here's the question for you. Do you think this was fair? Should financial penalties be reduced based on effort and personal improvement, or should the system remain strictly consistent regardless of circumstances? Because there are two sides to this. On one hand, rewarding effort like this can motivate real change. It shows defendants that the system isn't just punitive, it can also support rehabilitation. On the other hand, critics might argue that fines are fines, and reducing them could create inconsistencies in how justice is applied. What makes this moment stand out, though, is the judge's tone. This wasn't just a ruling, it was mentorship. When the judge says this could have gone a whole different way, that's not just commentary, that's a reminder of how close this situation was to a very different outcome. And let's not overlook the emotional impact. That reaction, oh my God, thank you so much, that's real. That's someone who understands exactly what just changed in their life in that moment. From a broader perspective, this case highlights a key principle in the justice system. Progress matters. Courts are more willing to work with individuals who demonstrate consistent effort, accountability, and a willingness to change. And Caitlin Morgan did exactly that. She didn't deny her past. She acknowledged it. She learned from it. And she actively worked to build something better, and that's ultimately what influenced the outcome we just saw. So in summary, the court upheld accountability through a structured payment plan, but also exercised discretion by reducing her financial burden as a recognition of her progress. It's a balanced decision, one that enforces responsibility while also rewarding transformation. Now we want to hear from you. Do you agree with the judge's decision? Would you have handled it the same way, or do you think the system should be stricter? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.